Today we're going to be introduced to Salman Elmi. He was awarded, and you can't make this stuff up, and this is real, the Outstanding Refugee Award in Minnesota. That's right. They give out this type of stuff. And of course, you're going to see him like this, all smiles. And I'm going to show you why he's smiling. And if they'd have kept getting away with this, it'd be it's just bad to see how far he got away with it. So let's go ahead and see what he was connected to. Whew.
We can now add Medicaid fraud to the list of accusations against 4 people arrested for their alleged roles in Hennepin County's sex trafficking scheme. The suspects include a now former Anoka County prosecutor.
Fox 9's Corin Hoggard spent the day putting together the pieces of this puzzle. He now joins us from Minneapolis. It is complicated, Corin, so investigators called the sex trafficking operation sophisticated. You uncovered the element of fraud that's now involved in this as well.
That's right, Kelsey and Randy. Investigators pieced together their investigation with a lot of details from 13 victims inside that sex trafficking operation. And that included a lot of the places where the business took place. One of the locations was this house right here behind me, which is also tied into a Medicaid fraud investigation where up to $2.5 million just disappeared. Behind these doors, more than a dozen victims described a fairly standard sex work business. They had to pay for posts on websites run by Victoria Komanash or Catherine Tomes. They often went to homes in Minneapolis, St. Louis Park, or Bloomington, often owned by Andrea Sampson. And each time they left $100 in an envelope for the bosses. Prosecutors say Frank Reeves was the driving force.
This was a complicated scheme. This was a scheme that was designed not only to exploit the victims in these cases, take advantage of them, but also structured to hide the money and the proceeds. That was done with multiple individuals, including building out shell companies.
Ms. Sampson, who was at the time working as an attorney in the Anoka County Attorney's Office, secured and provided locations for commercial sex transactions and also assisted in maintaining shell companies to hide and funnel profits from the sex trafficking ring.
I knocked at a few of the homes owned by Sampson and listed as sites for commercial sex operations at times between 2021 and 2026. In a couple cases, they recently started operating as assisted living facilities. Only one person answered the door, and she confirmed it's an assisted living facility, but said she wasn't supposed to answer any questions. Investigators believe they've answered some of the pressing questions. The Attorney General's office filed a connected fraud
everything
case
will be in the description box. It's quite embarrassing that everything is going down like this in the United States. This guy right here is Salman Elmi. I don't know how. Actually, I think I do when it comes to Congress and the stuff that's sitting inside of Congress. But we'll go ahead and continue. But this country is disappointing on what happens.
Salman Elmi. Part of it involves the homes we visited, which billed Medicaid about $1.2 million between 2023 and 2026. In all, the AG's office says businesses owned by Reeves, Komanash, and Sampson billed about $2.5 million for autism services, housing stabilization services, and assisted living facilities, much of which is suspected of being fraudulent. And all the while, Sampson worked as an Anoka prosecutor.
So it's disappointing and all kinds of things I could comment on. I think at this point, because we are in the prosecution stage of this, it's not appropriate for me to comment on that. And I know that she's no longer working there as well.
Now, please check the description box. I don't like making long videos if you haven't seen my channel any before. But this stuff right here and the way that people look and say they want ICE out of the way, and why do they want criminals running everything? That's all I want to know. I want y'all to have a good night, but this just please, if somebody knows something, please drop me a comment. Why do people defend criminals, especially at this magnitude? But don't forget, Salman over here, he got his award for being an outstanding, I'm going to say outstanding illegal.